Oh, cool. Good.
Good. All right.
Already?
Yeah, all good.
Nice.
Sorted.
Well, so this is Curious Gentleman, episode 3. We're joined today by Kevin Horsham. We'll get into what he's done because he's a colourful character, so he's done all sorts of things. But just to get started, our first meeting, we were just talking about this a minute ago with Kevin, was we're walking through city centre and we saw a man in the doorway of a bank wearing his sporting leather trousers. And he handed us a business card and we saw the beard and loved him straight away. So yeah, here he is. He's on to talk to us.
We've got the beard one. Get that on now.
And a gentleman, yeah.
Yeah. So
Get that in the shot as well. There you go.
Oh yeah, a bit of product placement,
Yeah,
can't beat it.
why not?
So where did all this gentlemen start then?
Right. Lawlessmen started.
Sorry.
That's all right. No, it's tough really actually. Always wanted to grow a beard as a kid, from a young age.
Right.
Never could. I've got pictures of Noel Edmonds was my hero. When I was a kid, that's bad. So should I admit that?
Go for it. That's out there now.
Noel Edmonds, because he had a beard and moustache, I thought that looks really cool. And back in the late 1970s, early 80s, I decided I want to grow a beard. No, hope in hell, no chance of it at all. Didn't have the right genes for it. It was never going to grow. So I just wrote that off. But I did take to sort of putting on false beards and sticking hair to my face and doing all sorts of shit.
As you do.
As you do,
Yeah.
yeah. As a really weird,
Beard envy.
lonely kid who's got
Beard
no
envy.
mates.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Best case of beard envy I've ever heard.
so I started. Anyway, that was that. All my life been very clean shaven. Used to have a flat top, and never even thought about it. I started acting, and then a couple of roles, other roles started to come up, and always wanted to get in Game of Thrones. Thought myself about, I want to get in Vikings, so I decided to grow a beard. So I grew a tash, and was referred to as a paedophile. I looked at Lucy, my daughter said, "Dad, you look like a paedophile, shave it off." But I ignored them, so I ended up with a big tash. Decided to grow my hair. And with the organisation that I used to work for being a little bit more liberal, I grew my hair and wore a ponytail. So I was identified quite quickly as a bit of an oddball. And then decided to start growing a beard, and it looked bloody awful. I looked like a tramp to start off with. And then
that's the stage I'm at.
Do you know that's the thing with beards, is that people don't. They get to a certain stage. And there's a few patches, and they go, I can't grow a beard, and they shave it off.
Yeah.
You've got to work through it, and you've just got to look ridiculous for a certain amount of time, and it slowly starts to thicken up, and it gets there. And you end up with beards like yourselves and myself. But yeah, so I decided to grow a beard, and then that's when the sort of bug hit me, and I thought, I want to keep this beard. I do like it. My wife hates it, hates my long hair, hates my beard. So I thought, I've got to think of an excuse to keep this beard. So it started off as
I don't know.
well, the film roles were the main thing,
Okay.
and then I started looking into beard products, and I couldn't find anything that I liked. I tried all sorts of things, tash, waxes, and beard products. Couldn't think of anything I liked. I thought, well, like I do with anything else, if I can't buy it somewhere and somebody's not making it, I'll do it myself, and that's what I do with a lot of things. So I decided on starting the company up. So,
Amazing.
yeah. Yeah, and it seems to be working. It's a private label company, so I get a company to make it for me. But I had lots of formulas sent to me, different scents, different things, and one company sent me this particular formula. Opened it up, that's it, bang, straight away. I said no problem at all. Start making it. So I had a batch of 500 made. Boxes are made in China, labels are made in China. They ship them to the UK, and they're labelled up, and that's where I started.
Good time.
So that's the beard all you've got in front of you now.
So what's different about this then? So what makes it unique to?
It's got my picture on it.
Oh, that's it.
Exactly the same as any other. No, it's
Get your own Kevin Horsham.
it's lime and cedarwood oil,
Okay.
and it's got argan oil in it and sweet almond oil. So they're the two carriers.
Yeah.
So the sweet almond oil is quite a thin oil. The argan oil, for centuries, has been known for its moisturising sort of properties, cleansing properties. The same with the lime oil. Is an astringent, so the point of that is that you put it onto your skin and it kills bacteria on your skin. Okay. So when you experience the itching when you start growing your beard, that's the hair coming through and it's the skin's irritated. the lime oil and the cedar wood oil act as an astringent and a calming thing. So when you put it on, well, I'll tell you in a minute, when you put your beard oil on, a lot of people, you'll see them on these I don't know, videos, and you'll get, I watched one the other day with some American guy, lovely guy, but here's my beard oil, and few bearded fellows out there, and I thought, oh Jesus Christ, boring as hell. And he got this pipette, and he started dripping it onto his face, mincing around, and then he was slowly mouthing, fuck's sake, get on with it.
Yeah.
So with mine, I put for probably the beard you've got yourself there, Dan, the length, 8 squirts, rub it into your hands, rub it right into the chin, pull the hair apart, rub it into the skin so it gets on the skin. Once it's on the skin, then start brushing it through the beard,
right.
and that's how it. Don't mince around with it. And if your beard's going to fall out and there's hair going to fall out, it's meant to. So just get it in there. But yeah, it's
my life. Girlfriend complaining about beard hairs in the back.
Yeah, my plug hole blocked up the other day. I took it out like a dead rat. I pulled this bloody thing out and came out. That's all beard hair. But yeah, it was, and it's got a lovely smell. And the first thing that people say when they open it up is, and they put it in their hand, is, God, lovely smell. The lime hits you, it's fresh, and then the cedar wood hits you. It's a brilliant moisturiser.
What I like about it is I've used other beard oils and waxes before, and you don't get residue. So when I use it, I rub it on my hands and all through my beard.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, I go find a towel and then go wipe my hands off. But this seems to just kind of.
Yeah, it does. A lot of it goes in the beard, and it's a thin oil. So as you say, it's not. I experimented with wheat germ oil and a lot of thicker oils as a carrier before, and exactly the same thing. Put it on there, and you're thinking,
all of your hands.
it's just a mess.
Yeah.
Like the one I've got at the moment. We won't say any brand names, but that's the problem I've got at the moment. I'm there with a towel like that.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Yeah. It's a pain in the ass.
Well, I'll tell you what, mate, I know this brand. It's called Lawlessmen. They do a beard oil.
They do.
You should try it.
I've heard it's pretty good.
Where can you get that done?
Well, online. Lawlessmen.com.
Yeah, www.lawlessmen.com. That's the place. Yeah.
They sell like hats and stuff.
They do.
And t-shirts.
Yeah, the black, the little logo one.
And I think they got hoodies as well.
Yeah,
they got
they got
sleeveless
all sorts.
hoodies, which you wear in the gym, which accentuate the biceps, triceps, and the deltoids. And they also do long sleeve hoodies as well, which are really quite smart.
I actually really like your short sleeve hoodies. I've seen them online. I never really thought of it, and then I saw you wearing one on one of your pictures. It was awesome.
Yeah, they're smart. Well, go online, get one, mate. I'll give you a healthy discount.
Thank you, sir. Nice.
Good times.
Yeah.
So your acting career is one of the main things I want to talk to you about.
Yeah.
Being on one of my favourite TV shows.
Well, what was that?
Ever. Or millions of people's favourite TV show.
Oh, that Coronation Street?
Yeah, that's the one.
That is my favourite TV show.
How did you know
Every
that?
night.
Game of Thrones.
Yes.
What was that like?
That was something else. That was a real sort of bolt from the blue. I think something that a lot of actors, probably every actor, would aspire to. Some people say, I don't want to go on Game of Thrones.
I would kill to be I'm not an actor, but I would kill to be on Game of Thrones. Just in the background. Just
training the ball in the background.
Yeah.
That's the response you get from a lot of people. They'll say, Game of Thrones. Oh Christ, how did you go? You lucky bastard. And it was luck. It was down to luck. I was out in Spain. We'd gone on holiday out in Spain. Get a message from my agent. Contacts me. Hi Kev, Rich. Can you be in London on Tuesday? I said, what, this coming Tuesday? Yeah. I said, what's it for? He said, Game of Thrones. I said, you're fucking joking. He went, no. He says, Game of Thrones, Westerosi sea captain, blah, 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 blah. So I said, I'm in Spain at the moment, mate. I don't come back till Wednesday. I said, stand by. We were just going jet skiing. And so we went to this little bar. iPad came out and Sky Scanner. I was trying to find tickets and I could not get anything. I mean, the cheapest I could find to fly back a day early was 600 quid. Then I would have to get from home up to London. I mean, you're probably looking at, I don't know, 800-900 quid just to go there. And then you're not guaranteed you're going to get it anyway.
Right.
So with a heavy heart, I contacted Rich. I said, Rich, I can't get back, mate. I'm not going to be able to do it. I said, the one chance I got, and I'm not going to be able to get back. So neckily, I said to him, look, would they accept a self-tape? Thinking they would say, fuck off, this is Game of Thrones. This is Nina Gold, asking me to go to London to audition. And I thought they'd say no. So anyway, he said, bear with me. Phoned me back, and it was 2 minutes later. Yes, they'll accept the self-tape. I thought, right, what am I going to do now? Okay, so I went to go through all this security procedure for them to send me the script. I had to have
non-disclosure agreements. And
yeah,
stuff as
there's
well,
all this sort of stuff, non-disclosure agreements. I had to send me. I had to have 2 secure email addresses, so I had to create an email address, and they went through all these checks, and they sent me through the script, and it was pretty much as you would see on the scene that I was in. However, the character I was meant to be playing, or I was supposed to be playing opposite, was Bronn. Who's now with Jaime Lannister.
This guy's not a fan.
I didn't say I'm not a fan. I've never watched Game of Thrones.
One episode.
Right, you've got to catch up with it. But you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So I assumed this role was for this, this character to play opposite Bronn. So I thought, right, I know what I'm going to do. Got my daughter's iPad and went to a market and I bought a leather waistcoat, camel leather waistcoat. I was tanned anyway, and oiled my hair back, went down to the beach, and we went to, it must have been 4 or 5 different beaches, and every time we go down there, there's families, there's all sorts of stuff, and I thought, Westerosi Sea Captain, got to be by the Mediterranean, got to be by the sea in the background, and no jet skis, no holidaymakers. You'd think that would be quite easy. What a bloody nightmare. So we went down to one beach, it was the most remote beach, we climbed all over these rocks, got down there, set the iPad up, got the angles right, island in the background, sea, so I thought, top job. And a family of Spanish people came down, threw the towels down, sat right next to us. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake.
I just like, can you fuck off?
Do you know what? I was at the point I was going to snap. I was absolutely fuming. So
With all due respect, parents.
That's right, yeah. I know this is your country. It's probably you've been on this beach for ages, but I'm trying to do an audition for Game of Thrones. Fuck off. So anyway, they sat down. So I was right, come on, back up. My wife, my best mate, and his wife were marching along behind me. Right to the next one, so I drove like an idiot and I went to found another place, went down. Anyway, we eventually got there. We went through everything and I did a northern version and a southern version. Southern accent, northern accent. And we did about, I don't know, half a dozen, maybe 8 takes of each one. Thought, fantastic. Drove back to this bar. The 3 of them went off. They said, well, he's going to go and get a few bits and pieces. I thought, I know what, I'll go and sit and I'll review the footage. So. Where the fuck's the footage? So I used Movie Maker on the iPad, which doesn't record everything, it just records the last thing and then deletes the one you've done before. So I was so I was absolutely fuming. Phone my daughter.
I did like Q Spanish family again.
Honestly, oh no, I thought I'm going to have a coronary in a minute. I'm going to smash something. So her best mate and my wife came back. What's the matter? Fucking iPad. So that's right, back to the fucking beach. Oh, shit, and everybody's hot and sweaty. Drove back to the beach, we found the place, set up again, and we used it on video then. So I did it on video, and I did 2 versions of each. I said, arseholes to it, I'm not doing any more. If that's not good enough, I don't care. Game of Thrones or no Game of Thrones.
It's been too long.
That's it, fuck it. So, so we went back, and anyway, sent it away, and then we flew back the next day. As soon as I landed at Bristol, straight on the phone, looking to see if I got any messages. I didn't phone, fuck it. And they'd done the auditions on the Tuesday, so on the Wednesday we'd flown back, and I thought, oh fuck me, this too long. I haven't got the role. That's it. No worries. Thursday, get a phone call from Rich. He says, "Hi Kev, you okay?" I said, "Yeah, fine, mate." He said, "Will it be even better when I tell you you've got Game of Thrones?" They loved it. We uploaded it. They downloaded it within 2 minutes. And within a further 2 minutes, they'd phoned and said, let's book him. So
wow,
he said, you did a top job.
4
so
minutes turnaround time.
Him absolutely stonking. So I thought that was brilliant.
That's incredible.
You fly out on Saturday. So amazing. It was just...
Where did you go to film it?
It was in Girona. No, Girona. The old city of Girona in Spain.
Where was it they filmed? Oh, Croatia.
They do Croatia, they do Malta.
Yeah, King's Landing's Croatia.
That's right, yeah. They went to Malta and unfortunately got kicked out of Malta because apparently... I think they desecrated some ancient site.
Yeah, it was like some unintentional accident. But
yeah, so they, but yeah, Girona, beautiful city. So they flew me out there. I was out there. I flew on the Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. I flew back on the Wednesday, I think it was. But I've never been treated so well and been so well looked after. Fantastic production company to work with. Every person to a man was just so helpful and welcoming and nice,
I imagine that's what a company like HBO can
deal
with. Top quality TV shows.
Yeah, it was. They pick you up at the airport. There's a big blacked out Mercedes. This lovely girl picks me up. Got a photograph and Kevin Horsham, so that must be me. sitting
that beard.
sitting in the car, and she hands me an envelope. There's an envelope for €1, some spending money. Oh, I do. Take me to this lovely 5-star hotel, and I get out, and of course they'd taken the whole of the old city, and Girona went absolutely mad for Game of Thrones. So they're blonded white European guy with a big beard. What's he going to be doing in Girona, getting out of a big car? So I start to walk away from the car, and a girl and 2 blokes, Spaniards, came sprinting towards me. I thought, what's going on here? Senor, Game of Thrones. I went, yeah. They want autographs, and girls giving me kisses, and then she wanted they wanted selfies. I said, hang on, I haven't done fuck yet. That might be crap. You haven't seen anything, but they didn't care. And they had this wonderful book, which was the most ornate, beautiful bloody thing of the history of the Game of Thrones and everything in it. And it gave me a pen, big fat biro, or big fat felt tip. He said, Senor, I said, you want me to write in your book? Yeah. I said, where? He went, anywhere. I said, I can't ruin the pages of such a beautiful book. No, that's okay. So, all right, so I did my bloody signature, did an autograph. And I had to put my name underneath it, and then he wanted more photographs. And everywhere I went, it was just like trying to go out and have a bit of peace and quiet. You just couldn't do it. Just go out and have a beer. Somebody
such
thought.
A huge cult following.
Oh, massive.
Most watched TV. It's broken the most watched TV show record like 4 times now.
Yeah.
Insane.
Oh, it was tremendous. And of course, I got to the hotel. Then they said, "Would you like to come down to the set?" So I went down there. Maisie Williams and I'll remember her name in a minute. The other girl who plays the waif, plays opposite her.
Yeah.
She's called Faye. Both absolutely fantastic actors. So I go down there, and if you remember the scene where they're doing the parkour through the city, the chase scene, I watched all that being filmed.
Is that after the thing on the bridge?
Yep.
Yeah.
I watched the whole thing.
We can talk about it. I mean, tomorrow is the final episode of the season.
It is, isn't it?
We could talk about it.
Yeah.
Dan's never going to get around to it. We could ruin it for him.
It's alright. Okay. It saves me watching all the whole thing. I can just know what happens.
Just tell you who gets stabbed, who gets beheaded.
It was amazing though. I sat there, and I like to be sort of hands on and help out. So I'm stood there. Sun's beating down, and all the crew are Irish, and they're all moving the stuff around, and they're shifting boxes, taking stuff down, putting big things. I was just to see them work was amazing. Anyway, they had to break the set down to go just down the street, and it was where she gets chased. She's been stabbed, runs down a set of steps, this very, very narrow alleyway.
So that's where into the room.
Exactly. So they say he knows his stuff. Knows his stuff.
I've watched too much.
Watching it for both of us.
So they broke everything down to go down and do that scene, and I was standing there, and I put the rucksack on my back, and I went over to these boxes. I went to pick his box up, and Simon, the second AD, went, "Kip, what the fuck are you doing?" I said, "Well, we're all going down there." He said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, I'll just give him out, carry some boxes down." He went, "No." He said, "You're the fucking talent. You don't do shit like that." He said, "You're an actor." I went, "Yeah, I know, but I'm stood around all day like a dick with all these big Irish navvies, trying to bloody, moving all stuff around, and there I'm sat there like a poser, getting coffee and everything brought me." And I said, "I'll just give him out." He went, No, don't work that way.
I wouldn't get used to that. Like people waiting on me hand and foot.
Do you know what?
Bored.
I stood there, and I'd been stood for about an hour watching this thing. So I looked around, just left and right, to see if there was a box I could stick my ass on. And I looked around, and Simon goes, "Everything right, Kevin?" I went, Yeah, I'll just see if there's a box I can stick my ass on. He went, "Someone get Kevin a chair?" And he's like, not embarrassing. It is a bit embarrassing, yeah. He said, "Someone get Kevin a chair." I said, No, I'll just sit on this. No, get a chair. Fold up chair comes. "Do you want a coffee?" And on set they had the caterers. They were coming around with these trays.
You kind of want to be like, "No, I'm all right. I don't want to put you out," but then they're doing it for everyone else. Like, "Fuck it,
yeah." It was. So I said, and of course you feel you're imposing. You go, "Yeah, all right, I'll have a coffee." And then they came round, and he had this girl came round with these fruit kebabs. There was pineapple and watermelon and all this sort of stuff. Absolutely top class catering. So that came round. So I thought, that'd be nice, a bit refreshing. So I had that. Then he came around with these sandwiches. Then there's all sorts of vol au vents and hors d'oeuvres and things. And it wasn't Iceland crap, It was top-notch catering. It was absolutely superb. And then they said, "We're going to break for lunch. What would you like for lunch?" "Don't know. I'll just go and queue up." No. He said, "We'll bring the lunch to the green room for you. You don't have to queue up. That's for the crew and shit."
That's for them.
Yeah, for there's lonely people there.
That's for the people who help make this happen.
And so I thought, all right. So I went up to the green room and Faye's up there with Maisie, and I said, and they said, "Would you? What about steak?" I said, "Yeah, I'll have a steak. What would you like? I don't know, mashed potato, anything you wanted was they could do." So I had this.
You're going to
this
act in,
I would have put that to the test, and I'd be like, right, so what do I want with it? I want grilled potatoes, but I don't want them grilled. But I want them grilled.
I want scallops.
Yeah.
And
you've watched enough Hannibal. Just pick like any menu item.
Yeah.
You hear the names that he says about the meals. You're like, yeah, that something to do with liver.
But they were great, and they brought me this thing up, and I don't know what I was expecting, but the steak was like melting in your mouth, it was like cutting butter. And I just thought, this is ludicrous. Anyway, I then finished for the day, and they said, right, you're going to have to travel back with Maisie and Faye back to the thing. And it was something I was completely unprepared for. The paparazzi, the photographers, the lenses, and the nutcases who want to touch you, or it wasn't me, if I knew how I was, but I had to go in the same car. So I jumped into the front of this car, driver's beside me. And as we were trying to go out through the cordon, there's people trying to touch Maisie, and they're reaching into the car, and I push people out, people grabbing hold of you. I think, what the fuck's going on here? Weird. Yeah. And they were trying to block because something had happened. It was actually Maisie had been stabbed, so her outfit or on a costume, big red patch on the front, don't want any sort of like spoilers. So they were trying to cover her up. So she's got an anorak on. We're trying to hold scripts up on the window, trying to sort of keep them from looking in and taking photographs. Yeah. And then they drove off up the road, and it was just, I was completely unprepared for it. Really, really strange. But yeah, so that was the first day, and then it was down to the dressing rooms and get up to costume and then up to makeup, and it was just absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
What's it like for you to go to somewhere like that in a big, just that big stage? How do you react to that? Do you feel off camera a bit? Do you feel intimidated, or is it?
Yeah,
well, the script came through, and it was the same. And when they said we'll send you the script, so I had the audition script. And then when the script came through, they said you're flying out on Saturday. So I got back on the Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I was thinking, I've got 2 days to learn a freaking script. When it came through, it was exactly the same, but it was just changed for Arya. So the name had been changed, so instead of the character being Bronn, it was Arya. So it was exactly the same script that I'd done. Yeah, so it was fantastic. So I knew it, everything, absolutely perfect. The beats, how I was going to accentuate the accent, I was going to do this, I was going to do that. And it was all spot on. But nerves, yeah. But I think when I do get nervous, I tend to perform better. There's got to be some nerves there.
It loses you up, doesn't it, when you're nervous?
Pressure.
Yeah. It was. The morning I woke up, I got up at I think it was about 4:30. Got up, get myself out, have a shower, get the script down, went through script down over and over and over and over and over again. I think it was Anthony Hopkins. He said he reads the script 250 times. 250 times.
Yeah. About Anthony Hopkins after he did Westworld.
Yeah.
There was something.
Yeah. He's one of my idols, one of my all-time greats.
Maybe the best actor in the world.
Yeah.
Also Welsh.
Yeah.
You had to get that. I'll show you your Newports.
You had to get that. Yeah. So you're sort of
Bristolian.
So I do a legitimate Bristolian challenge. But yeah, he reads the script. So I read the script, and car came to pick me up. And it got down to set, got down to costume, and they said, right, we're going to be filming this afternoon. So it was waiting around all day in the sun, and I was watching all the stuff in the marketplace with the run across and the jump downs, and the way that the speed with which they break a set down and go to the next, it's bang, 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 bang. Oh, it's just so quick. And eventually, my big moment came, and these huge cameras. So they set everything. And they said, okay, Kevin, can you come and sit down now? So I sat down at this table. Young Spanish guy who was one of the extras. He had a nice old beard and long hair. Albert, he was called. Really, really nice. He's an elephant trainer in a Spanish zoo. Really nice guy. Got yapping to him. Set these big cameras up. And of course, they go, Accione! So the Spanish guy there is the extras wrangler. He gets all the Spanish extras to go. So Accione and action Maisie and action Kevin. So action Maisie comes down, she does her line, and she kept cocking it up. She would talk over me, so I had a line and I was waiting a beat and trying to sort of slow things down. My character in this role was meant to be completely dismissive of her, you know.
Like, I've seen this scene.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you be getting on my show?
Yeah, exactly. And not even looking at her. I haven't got, got the time. You're a young girl, just go away. So of course I was trying to get this out, and we did. Oh, God knows how many takes, but 3 hours it took to film that, and that was with resets and things. But Maisie would come down, and then she'd go through, and then she'd get her lines wrong. Oh, fuck it. And she swears like you'd never believe. Her and Faye.
If you say that,
I tell you what. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what I could not believe it. I was quite taken aback, but it was good. And so every time we broke for a between scenes, Maisie get her rollies up, her and Faye roll the skin up, and then be saying, yeah, fucking cunting this and effing and seeing. I thought, Jesus Christ,
the bits they didn't want you to see.
Exactly,
Yeah.
but lovely.
HBO doesn't get it.
But they were lovely, but absolutely lovely to work with. She's
a really good actor though. Like,
she's great. She is
I
great.
couldn't even imagine working alongside.
She's been doing that since she's 12. She's 19 now, I think. And so this is her 7th season, 8th season. She's spot on.
Developed in a pretty impressive.
Yeah, but it was great. And then she had to do where she throws the bag of silver, and it had to land. So it's right in the front, and it would spill out. And some of the coins were plastic, so so they didn't want the camera to see them too much. So and then she'd throw it, and it would fly off the end of the table. But she was great. And I said, Maisie, you fucked up again. Can we get it right? And she'd go, oh fucking hell, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. But she was really, sort of gracious. So we had a bit of a banter, a bit of a laugh. But yeah, 3 hours, and then it was all over. And I just thought, do you know what?
Let's do that again.
Yeah, I was hoping and praying that the storyline would go down the line of, she gets stabbed, and then I go and find her and take her to my ship, and then we sail across and all the rest of it. But it cut straight to her going to Greyjoy. It was great. She went.
I can't remember who she went to after she got stabbed. I can't remember.
She went to the Greyjoy household, didn't she? And she put the 2 sons in the pie and cut his throat.
Yeah, but there was something before that, surely.
No, that was the first.
Okay.
she turns up in Westeros.
That was an epic finale.
Yeah, turns up in Westeros, and there she is behind. No, it's not Greyjoy, was it? It was Frey. Walder Frey.
Yeah.
She goes to the Frey household.
Shit was brutal.
That was one of the red.
Fuck me.
Yeah. The red wedding was just
the Revenge of the Red Wedding.
Oh yeah, and the Revenge of the Wedding. Yeah.
But it was just like literally first episode. She's dead more people than anyone has in a fair while. It's just like poisoned all the wine in an entire room, and just the entire family, like extended family, people who serve the family, all died. And she's just stood there like, yeah, I did that. I'm a fucking badass.
It's cool, isn't it? Absolutely, so cool. But yeah, it was.
And you're up to date with it as well.
Yeah, up to date with it. Yeah, and it's just nail biting stuff. Nail biting. But yeah.
You got any theories on how it's going to go?
No, I don't tend to try and theorise and work out and try and sort of second guess what they're going to do. The two writers
the thing I
now.
do most on social media is looking at all the theories.
Do you ever go on what's it called, Watchers on the Wall? They've got there's a YouTube or Facebook thing, Watchers on the Wall, because the first I heard of it was the day after I was waiting around, because the scene with where they're doing the play and they have the travellers, the travelling players. They come and do that sort of play with the death of
the guy who played Ned Stark in that play. Yeah, he was in one of the recent episodes when Tyrion and what's his name, Davos, when they're on the beach and then 2 guards come over. One of those guards is the guy who played Ned Stark in that play. Yeah, it's really weird.
I know there's a couple they've doubled up, and you sort of recognise faces, but they were what's the name of the guy, the actor who played the troop leader. I can't remember his bloody name is now. Nope, can't remember his name.
Right, we'll keep the camera on you while I IMDb it.
Okay. He's a British actor, very well spoken. He's
I can't remember how far ago it was there. I'll have to find it.
I'll remember it anyway. But anyway, he was he was filming there. They were filming this on the set next to us. I got back to the hotel and someone said, look on watches on the wall. And I'd been sat at the back with my shades on, filling my face with one of the ADs, and I'd seen a guy with a lens that must have been about 8 foot long. It was bloody ridiculous. And I thought, what the hell's that? And he was obviously taking pictures of us. And they said, this is Kevin Horsham. We've identified him as Kevin Horsham, a Welsh actor. And I thought, hey? So I got insulted.
Whoa, careful.
Welsh actor. And actually, when you look on, you go onto the bleeding.
You say that,
I told
my idol,
Nathan.
Anthony Hopkins.
I can't
Probably
think
a
where I
Welsh
saw
actor.
it. I can't think where I saw it now, but I told Nathan that you were Welsh because I saw it somewhere.
Yeah, it was on there, and because
Yeah.
someone said to me, "I didn't know you were Welsh." Kevin said, I'm not bleeding druid. What's going on, for Christ's sake?" My father-in-law was Welsh. He comes from Pontardawe, so we got this family. Yeah, it's an in joke, and we do run the Welsh down a fair bit, but unjustly. They're a fine breed of people. But yeah, he was called Richard E. Grant. That's the name of the British actor.
Of course, yeah.
Because it was in the hotel. I went down for breakfast, and I was getting some coffee, and he came in, and he's only small, and he was really quiet, and I don't hero worship or anything else. I just, we're just human beings, we're just people. And he came in, and so I just thought I'd have a bit of fun with him. Morning, Richard. And he looked at me. Good morning. I said, he said, are you? I said, yeah, I'm on the set next to you. I said, he went, oh right, where, how far is it? Is it a long way away? I said, no, it's only in the city. And so I started telling him about where his set was and the car, what time the car would pick him up and all this sort of stuff. And I said, anyway, Rich, I've got to go. I've got some lines to learn and got to finish my breakfast. So I'll see you down there, all right? And I walked away and I was just chuckling to myself. I thought,
like, that was Richard E. Grant.
yeah,
Like,
it was
that
really
guy
cool.
is.
Yeah.
He's been in loads of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But I just thought to myself, we're all human, and I just think I can't do them. If Brad Pitt was in the car park, I'll go. As Brad Pitt in the car park, I just don't get
I'd be
this.
out there and
See, I don't get that. I don't get that at all.
Like, if I was working with him, it'd probably be different. Like, if I was on a set, like working with someone, I probably wouldn't be like.
No.
But if
But
it
the
was just
fact
like
is that your breakfast was more important than Richard E. Grant.
It was.
You're like, I'm sorry,
Coffee was going cold.
my cornflakes are getting
Richard E.
soggy.
Grant is not going to solve hunger.
Like, God damn you.
But yeah, he was
Take up my
a
time.
really nice guy. He was a really nice guy, very small. And then I went and watched the filming because they had some big curtains that led into that courtyard where they were doing the filming. And I sat at the back and I thought, oh, he was in Dead Set. I remember that in that Channel 4 zombie thing. He was in Dead Set. They did the spoof of Big Brother House. Do you ever see that?
No.
The zombie thing. Really good if you get a chance to see it. Yeah. So he was in that. There was another couple of actors, and I got into the lift with the girl who played the main lead, the beautiful dark-haired lady who played the main lead in the thing. I can't think what it's called, or what she was called. But I got into the lift with her in the next morning, and it was all very hammy, wasn't it? The acting in that play that they were performing was very over the top. And I said, morning. She went, morning. I said, lovely work yesterday. She went, oh, really? I went, yeah, so it was good. She was, oh my God, it was just painful. She said, it took ages to do so-and-so. She said, and it's just so overacted. I said, yeah, but it was meant to be, wasn't it? And we had this little conversation. Went on. She was really good looking, well kept.
Calm myself down a bit.
Yeah, sorry, I'm going to take a drink, yeah.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. Scatter cushion. Scatter cushion on your lap.
No, but it was the whole experience, as I say, the Game of Thrones experience was second to none. Highlight of my career. I'd love to think we'd do something on the same sort of calibre in the future.